Hi there, Krish here, and it is a beautiful, beautiful spring day here. The sun's shining, it's a blue sky, and it's March the 19th, and it's the eve of the Spring Equinox, which is the reason for me making this video. Tomorrow at 5:17, we reach the exact point of there being the exact equal amount of time of daylight and nighttime. So we reach that pivotal point where we start to shift out of that long, cold, dark winter into the daylight of spring and summer. And really, this is a pivotal and crucial point of the year for me. I personally try to follow the seasons and follow nature in terms of how I organise my life. And for me, Spring Equinox marks kind of the start of the authentic new year, as it were. And this is, for me, the authentic New Year's Eve. Because I don't know about you, but for me, thinking about New Year in January, New Year's supposed to be about new beginnings and new action and all that, and it's still dark and dingy, and I can barely get myself out of bed, let alone kind of get down the gym at 7 o'clock in the morning, or take care of my waistline, or change this or change that or change that, and it just doesn't feel like the right time to do that for me. Sure, it's great to think about what I might want to change, kind of plant the seeds, again following that nature analogy of planting the seeds in winter so they grow, but they grow underground. Also, for me, the first couple of months of this year have been quite tough. Unfortunately, my dad was very ill at the end of last year and the beginning of this year, and unfortunately passed away last month. So the last couple of months have really been on hold for me, so I haven't even been able to really get into that New Year thing. So I've chosen Spring Equinox as my New Year. And there are a couple of reasons for that. Number one, spring, it's the shift into spring. I mean, it is a gorgeous day, and spring is all about new birth, new life, growth, the coming of the light. And if we think of light as being that shift from the kind of inner world of the darkness of winter, which is about introspection and reflection and planting the seeds, then the shift into the light of spring is really about the shift to action and creation and doing things, making manifest in the world, actually making things happen and taking action towards what it is we want to create in the world. It's also astrologically the start of the new year, which is always significant for me, which means new action, all that. The first sign of the zodiac is Aries, which is all about beginnings and fiery action and getting moving and kind of boldly going where angels fear to tread and all that. So that kind of symbolically means a lot to me. I think the other thing for me that's really significant about now is that really spring has the elemental correspondence with air, the element of air. And air is it's associated with thought, which is about new thoughts, new ways of thinking about things, using your mental energy really creatively, and using it to get through kind of the slogginess of winter. And there's like that wind blowing through the trees, and it's like blowing away the cobwebs of winter, which is great. And the light, it makes me want to get up in the morning. Next weekend the clocks go forward, and it means in the morning there'll be lots of light, which makes me want to get up and do things. It's also associated with the colour yellow, which is the colour of the third chakra, which is about personal will and movement and making decisions and starting to make things happen. So really, this for me is the start of those kind of 6 months through to the autumn equinox, which is the harvest festival, and we reap what we sow. So it's really about these spring and summer months and about the action I want to take. So my invitation to you is to kind of let go of the January New Year, and that time when we feel like we should be making changes and to really reorient yourself towards nature again. Reorient yourself towards the natural cycles. Nature's been doing this for millions of years and hasn't really got it wrong. So think about, what is it that wants to, if it's the season of birth, what is it that you want to birth, that you want to create? What is it that wants to birth through you? What wants to express itself through you? What actions might you take? But again, what right actions might you take? This is the time of equality of night and day. We don't abandon those qualities of darkness, of introspection, of reflection, we think about what's the next right action. We take inspired action, we take right action. We don't just get busy because it's the time to start doing stuff. So for me, I'm going to be taking this time to really think about, in the next 3 months, what is it I want to do? What do I really want to get moving on? What do I really want to take action on? And kind of carrying that through to autumn. And really getting moving on it. And next time I'm going to be talking a little bit about resistance, because if you think about shoots coming up through the earth, the first thing they have to do is kind of get through the resistance of the earth they have to get through. But that will be for next time. So thanks for watching. Again, my invitation to you is to think about this for New Year and think about what do you want to create in this new year. And I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.